And good morning, everyone. Welcome to this day. It is another similar weather day that we've had. I'll tell you all about that in just a moment. On our show today, we have got a gentleman that is running for Orange County District Attorney, Brett Murdoch, and he's going to be with Lisa and find out all about him. He's part of, we'll get his background, and he's, the primary's coming up in June, so hey, here's somebody else you can learn about for District Attorney. But first, I'm going to sit down with a couple folks from the Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Cecilia Ballou, she oversees their foundation, and their new Chief Operating Officer, Ryan Olson. So I'll talk with them. But we're going to also talk about their new infusion center. Globe headlines, hey, you gotta be in the know. And Lisa sat down with Jennifer, and we're going to bring you that segment. And then the Water Wise Garden out at El Toro Water District at their headquarters. I toured that area with Sherry Seitz, and it's really kind of neat the way that what they did out there, and it was a lot of fun, and it's open to the public. All right, let's talk about meetings today. There's quite a few. The Third Garden Villas Association, they will meet in Clubhouse 5 at 10. And Mutual 50, if you live over there, their agenda prep for their monthly meeting will be in the Towers at 10 o'clock. The Docent Tour, and this is another one of those tours you need to call to RSVP. There it is, 949-268-2337. And then GRF Community Activities Committee at 3 o'clock in the Sycamore Room. Now let's get to the weather, and today, very similar to what we had yesterday, where we had that pretty thick marine layer. In fact, I was watching this morning. They were showing how this marine layer is going all the way into Riverside. So this is a thicker, heavier marine layer than even what we had yesterday. Hence, we'll be about 3 or 4 degrees cooler than we were yesterday, but we'll have sunny afternoons. Let's look at Friday and Saturday. We're going to start to see partly cloudy skies on both those days, and we have an evening marine drizzle coming in Friday, then overnight into Saturday, that morning drizzle. And again, the reason this is happening is there is a low pressure system that is kind of dropping down for like a couple days. And it is bringing, believe it or not, looks like it's bringing, I think it's already started, snow in the Sierras. Not a lot, but it is. As it drops down, there is some moisture off the coast of right about the border, San Diego, Mexico border there. And this, because of that, this low is going to kind of bring that moisture up just a little bit up our coast. It's not really much of anything. So for us, we are looking at Friday night into Saturday, this heavy marine layer, which could produce some drizzle. Shouldn't be much of anything. Be kind of nice, really. I'm looking forward to it. Now, on Mother's Day, we should be back up to 70 degrees and the scattered clouds. So nice and pleasant out there. Same thing on Monday, not much difference there. So there is your weather as far as here. Now let's look at what's going on elsewhere around the county. And you can see all the temperatures along closer to the coast are down a bit. The beach is about 67 today. South Orange County about 77, as is San Diego. As you go inland, though, they'll rise a little bit. North Orange County, that would be Anaheim, Buena Park area. Cerritos about 80. Cerritos part of Orange County? I don't know. Maybe that's LA County. But anyway, inland OC, that would be Yorba Linda area, about 82, and the foothills about 79. Arrowhead 72, and Palm Springs, they're getting cold out there. They've dropped 2 degrees to 102. So there you have it. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
It takes a team effort to provide compassionate care. At Health Plus Medical Supply and El Toro Pharmacy, your personal attention is our top priority. We have everything you need, including stair lifts, rollators, knee walkers, wheelchairs, power wheelchairs, scooters, and car lifts. And we provide all maintenance and installation. Health Plus is located inside El Toro Pharmacy, where we provide the same compassion for your pharmacy and drugstore needs. Located in Moulton Plaza.
Dental health is important, and it can be tough to find the best fit for your needs. Flora Stenger General and Specialty Dental Practice covers most of my dental needs in one location. Their on-staff specialists provide seamless services and communication between me, my doctors, and my insurance company. Located right down the road from Laguna Woods, our bus service stops right in front of their building. For the first time, I'm getting the dental care I need with the treatment I deserve. And my dental health has never been better. Call and book your first appointment today. I'm glad I did.
You've trusted the doctors at Harvard Eye Associates with your eyes for the last 4 decades. Now it's time to trust us with your face. Our board-certified surgeons and aesthetic nurse offer the latest in facial aesthetic treatments, such as Botox, dermal fillers, laser skin rejuvenation, eyelid surgery, and face and neck lip surgery. Call us today to schedule your complimentary cosmetic consultation. 949-951-2020. Ask about our limited time savings on Botox and dermal fillers.
The El Toro Water District Phase 2 Recycled Water Expansion Project has installed over 21,000 feet of recycled water pipelines and is now over 75% complete. The final pipeline installations, as well as installations of service lines and final paving, should be complete by July. The connections of the individual irrigation systems to the new recycled water pipelines should be complete by the end of the year. The district sincerely appreciates your patience as we enhance the water supply resources in the Laguna Woods area.
Stroke is the leading cause of death and disability in the United States. Stroke occurs when blood vessel in the brain becomes blocked or bursts. Memorial Care Stroke Center at Saddleback Memorial Hospital is one of the few stroke receiving centers in Orange County. We offer state-of-the-art, minimally invasive technology, exceptional and compassionate care, ultimately leading to better quality of life. When stroke happens, every minute matters. At Stroke Center at Saddleback Memorial Hospital, we offer 24/7 rapid and efficient stroke care.
All right, now I'd like to welcome a couple of guests from Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Now, one of them you know, and that's Cecilia Ballou. She is the president of the Saddleback Memorial Foundation, and she's sitting right down there. Good to see you again.
Thanks for having me.
As always, we're going to get into the foundation in just a moment.
Wonderful.
I'd like to welcome for the first time here Ryan Olson. And Ryan, you are the Chief Operating Officer for Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Nice to meet you, sir.
Great to meet you. Thanks
welcome,
for having me.
Welcome here, and welcome to Memorial Care.
Thank you.
So we're going to talk about the Infusion Center in just a moment. But first, let's talk about your background a little bit and how did you get over to Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for having me. And you know, one of the first things I want to say is just thank you to this community. You know, we couldn't do what we do without this community. There are our volunteers. They also help build the hospital. And so I want to say thank you. And one of my goals at Saddleback is to make easier access for this community, provide the highest level of care, you know, continue to provide the very best for this community here. And so I just want to say thank you first. I came from Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles.
Pretty good institution.
Pretty good institution. And I was really drawn here for a couple reasons. And that was because this is a hospital which has incredible foundational outcomes. You know, we have magnet status now, which only 8% of hospitals have.
Explain that. What is a magnet?
So
I know what it means with the schools, but I don't know with the hospital.
So a magnet designation for a hospital speaks to the nursing culture and the outcomes that you have.
Okay.
So patient safety, from the culture of nursing, how nurses can help lead. And so, for example, Cedars-Sinai is a magnet hospital, UCLA is a magnet hospital, and now we're a magnet hospital. So it speaks to the excellence that we have from a nursing perspective. We also just got a Leapfrog A, which means that we have the highest patient safety that we can possibly have under their rating.
Great.
So I'm really honored to be at Saddleback because we have this great foundation. We have amazing programs, and I think my focus is really about serving this community better. So as we'll hear about the Infusion Center, for example, we're implementing valet parking in July to make it easier for patients to access the entire medical center, including our new infusion center. So.
Oh, very nice. Yeah. That's very good. Now, of course, you know, you mentioned how far back this community goes with Saddleback. They've been kind of joined together for how many years now? I don't know how many decades, I should say.
Close to 50.
Yeah, and they've both grown together. Mm-hmm. And it's always been here, at least originally, to serve this community. And it still does. Yeah,
absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Infusion Center. And I know we have right here. Here is a rendering of it. So let's talk about that for a minute. And Is this online yet, or is it coming up pretty soon?
So it'll be coming in late summer.
Okay.
And you know, one of the inspiration behind this was a husband and his wife who was going through cancer treatment, Miss Jean Howard, who became the inspiration for this project. And he said, look, there's a better way to do this. Bill, the husband, said, I want to see you have the most comfortable experience possible. And this is a realization of that dream in terms of the private areas for infusion, the healing environment, Wi-Fi to make it the best experience possible. I mean, cancer is never easy. I mean, 1 in 3 of us will get cancer in our lifetime. 10 in 10 of us will be affected by cancer in some way. And this is the best care close to home in the most healing environment. And so we're so proud of this project.
And you know, you touched on something there. When somebody is going through infusions or any kind of treatment that maybe you need to go in a couple times a week or whatever it might be, what's really great is you folks are making things, whatever it might be, more and more comfortable and calming, I think what it is, putting people at ease. And you can see by the rendering here, when I first looked at this, I thought to myself, is this a reception for a new spa hotel going in or something? But that's the feel you want, right? You want to make people like welcoming.
There's actually literature that shows that a healing environment, whether through art or the natural light or the coloring scheme, can make a difference in outcomes. And so this is a healing environment, like you said, that will make things not only more healing, but make things easier for patients. And like you said, it's never easy to go from appointment to appointment, and some of these patients have to come 5 times a week.
Yeah.
So from having the valet to having an easy check-in process, have it seamless, you know, we hope that all patients will realize the best experience possible.
And where is this going to be located?
It'll be located in our medical office tower.
Okay.
First floor, so easy access from our ramp and having the new valet.
That's
and,
great.
It'll be, just an integral part of our entire Cancer Institute that now includes a fully renovated infusion center, radiation oncology, and all of our subspecialists, including from other academic institutions. So
yeah, you know, the valet, that may seem at first like it's not a big deal, but it is. If you're going somewhere like this to have procedures done frequently, not having to worry about parking and then helping your partner in, I mean, that takes stress away right there.
Exactly. You know,
yeah, that is, seriously, that is a nice thing.
No, we believe so. And it's, you know, it's not just about, of course, the convenience, which we want to make sure is there for all our patients, but it's about the team that surrounds them.
Yeah.
And we have, you know, from Dr. Mary Tedeff, who's one of our medical oncologists, to Linda Chan, one of our radiation oncologists, to Ledford Powell, who's a thoracic surgeon. We cover all the major types of cancer, and we do it in the best way with the best multidisciplinary team possible.
Yeah.
So we've got seamless access for our patients, a beautiful facility, but we've got the best experts who work together for their care. So I think between the two, we can offer the very best to this community.
Yeah, that is wonderful. Now I'm going to move on to Cecilia here because, again, you're the president of the foundation, and this sort of plays into this. Am I right? Because we see a name there, Jean Howard Infusion Center. Tell us how this all came about and how you got involved.
So as Ryan mentioned, the Howard family has been instrumental in helping us finalize the vision for this project, and they actually have helped us fundraise. They did the initial major gift for this project. They have talked to their family members, to their friends, and of course we have joined in those efforts with our own donors that support us on an ongoing basis. So we are very hopeful that prior to construction starting here very soon, we are going to raise all the funds needed for this project philanthropically. So these are the kinds of projects that can be absolutely beautiful, state-of-the-art, with all of the spa feel that we want to provide to our patients, to a large extent due to philanthropy.
Yeah.
So we are very grateful to the Howard family. We are very grateful to our administrative team who has joined in into creating this and giving us the opportunity at the foundation to go out to our donors and to the community to help us invest back into the hospital to be able to treat our patients properly. So there's still great opportunity to help us philanthropically. If anybody wants to make a gift or wants additional information, you have on the screen a link to go on our website, which you can make a donation directly, or just call our office anytime. We are ready to assist you in any questions you may have, and more than anything, we are so grateful to this community. The majority of our donors continue to come from this community. We couldn't do it without all of you out there, and our gratitude is immense.
And people can help in many different ways. You can just make a straight donation.
Right.
Maybe it's just $25.
Correct.
All the way up to,
counts.
You can do an annual donation, or all kinds of different ways.
Right.
Or if you're able to do so, you can actually dedicate it to certain parts, certain centers. Am I right?
So gifts can be made by our donors and can be designated for any project that we have in the hospital. As long as we provide that service, we can accept that, and our legal and ethical obligation is to make sure that those funds support that area that the donor wants to support.
Okay.
There are many vehicles also that help our donors to have greater tax advantages, and we're always available for questions and additional information.
All right. I want to give, well, the website is on there if you want to find out more about the Infusion Center. And really from there you can get to the foundation and other avenues as well. memorialcare.org/infusion. But the phone number for the foundation is 949-452-3724, which is on the lower part of the screen there. So many ways to kind of find that out. And I always tell people, you don't need to remember that. If you can get online, if you just search Saddleback Memorial Foundation, there you go.
Correct.
That's the easiest way nowadays, am I right?
Yes. Exactly, yep.
Right. Well, Ryan, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you coming on. I know we'll see you again.
Thank you for the opportunity.
And best of luck over there. You're off to a great start. And that valet service, that is really great. And Cecilia, as always, it's always good to see you. I know we'll see you again soon. And folks, again, if you want to find out more about the Infusion Center, memorialcare.org/infusion. If you want to find out more about the foundation, you can link up from there, or you may call them at 949-452-3724. We'll be right back. Very good. You did a good job.
Before the next earthquake, take 30 seconds to refresh your memory about these important disaster preparedness tips. Make a family emergency plan. Decide how you'll get in touch with each other, where you'll go, and what you'll do in an emergency. Build a disaster supply kit with enough water, food, and emergency supplies to last at least 3 days. It's important to have disaster supply kits for work, cars, and pets too. Find and fix items in your home that might hurt someone by moving, breaking, or falling during an earthquake. Know how to react safely when the ground shakes. If you're inside, stay there. Remember to drop, cover, and hold on. Drop down onto your hands and knees and cover your head and neck with your arms to protect yourself from falling objects. If you can move safely, crawl under a sturdy desk or table and hold on to one of the legs until the shaking stops. After an earthquake, help people who are hurt or trapped. Call 911 for emergencies only. Check your home for damage, including gas or water leaks, damaged wiring, or downed power lines. Protect your family and your home by making a plan, building a kit, and practicing disaster drills at least twice a year. Be sure to visit readyoc.org for more information on emergency preparedness and alertoc.com to sign up for emergency alerts and notifications. We want you to be prepared for a disaster just as much as you do.
When you travel with AAA, you get more than a vacation. You get exclusive AAA member benefits, special offers on unforgettable experiences, and the travel planning knowledge of your own AAA travel agent. When you travel with AAA, you get the vacation of your dreams. To save on a pleasant holidays vacation, visit your local AAA travel agent today.
The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is unique in the nation in serving its senior population, our friends and neighbors, with temporary financial assistance. Your donations assist Laguna Woods residents in maintaining their quality of life by providing help with medical bills, food, respite care, Meals on Wheels, and other emergency needs. With village support, the foundation continues to help our residents. Can we count on you to donate?
Welcome back. Well, as you know, the primary is coming up, and we have a candidate here today who's for the Orange County District Attorney, Brett Murdoch. Welcome. Did I get that right?
You did. Thank you. Good
Wonderful.
morning.
Well, good morning. So, why the District Attorney's Office?
Well, you know, it's the District Attorney's Office is a very, very important position for Orange County. It focuses on, after the police agencies and the sheriff agencies collect evidence in crimes, the district attorney prosecutes the crime through the criminal justice system. Okay. And who the district attorney is determines the tenor and the culture by which we prosecute crime in Orange County. Right. So who the district attorney is a very, very important issue facing our county.
Okay, well, very good, because I'm trying to sort of help people understand, you know, how it all works. So let's talk about your background and how your personality and experience will help with that.
Well, thank you. First things first, I was born and raised in Orange County. Married to, instead of my better half, I joke she's my better 95%. She actually worked at Laguna Woods Village for 10 years in the Community Services Department, and started here as a lifeguard. And she has her master's degree in gerontology and has made sure that I am well aware of issues facing seniors, which is one of the things I want to make sure that I focus on as your district attorney is elder abuse issues, financial, physical, any sort of issues regarding elder abuse. I'm going to focus on. Okay. A lot to do with my wife, who has a master's degree in gerontology. That said, I went to Chapman Law School here in Orange and own my own law practice in the city of Brea. And I'm a general practicing attorney, which means whatever comes through the door, I do my best to help gain access to justice. I do a lot of criminal defense work, a lot of personal injury work, a lot of victims' rights work, sexual harassment claims in the workplace, and everything in between. I sort of joke that my specialty is my community in my law practice. Right. I was also a member of the Brea City Council and mayor of the city of Brea in 2016. And then another little thing that one of my most favorite things in my resume is that I was a professor at Cal State Fullerton. Okay. I taught American government for 3 years. And so I'm passionate about government and public service.
Right, right. Excellent. Well, you have a lot of roots here, so that's good, certainly helpful. And then you had mentioned that the district attorney's office is very important. So, in your opinion, what are some things that you would do differently as a district attorney?
Thank you. Thanks for asking that. The days of this mantra of tough on crime, in my opinion, are over. It's been decades with this sort of culture of standing up and saying, we're going to be tough on crime. It's cost our society hundreds of millions of dollars with this culture. What I want to bring to the DA's office is to be smart on crime. There's a difference, right? So of course, the violent criminals, the gang members, the drug dealers, sexual offenders, all of those types of violent criminals, I'm going to prosecute to the fullest extent of the law. But we need to start looking at a different way to approach our lower level offenders. We need to start looking at what is the root cause of some of these lower misdemeanor offenders and how can we help them? So instead of just convicting them and throwing them in jail and throwing away the key, we need to look at solutions to help our lower level offenders. To get them back on track, get them back into society, and be helpful members of the community. And what's interesting is the statistics show that when you approach crime like that, it saves taxpayer money.
So for instance, what would be some of those programs that you would put in place?
So the way that you would look at it is it's sort of a focus on rehabilitation instead of incarceration. So, for example, a lower level offender, maybe a homeless individual that commits a petty theft, you would get them into a program that would address the issues facing their circumstances, so they can get out of the situation of being homeless. Do they need mental support, mental illness support? And we can get them into programs that will help them there. Do they simply just have a housing issue? And this is another key factor in being the district attorney, is that the district attorney needs to be a leader in the community and reach out to other segments and other government entities in Orange County to work together to solve these problems facing our criminal justice system.
So would some of the programs be things that are already in place now? I mean, are they available now?
Some of the programs are available, but I want to augment them and make them more robust, make them more available, make them more readily usable. And the other aspect of this is the district attorney can go out and work on garnering grants from the federal government and the state government, excuse me, to bring to Orange County to address these issues in a more effective way.
So, okay, so we're talking about criminals and prosecution and the ideas of not being so tough on crime in a way, but what are some of the other things that you would point out that you would do differently? Well,
I have to admit, one of the reasons why I'm running is our current district attorney is a problem. He's been there for 20 years. He's running for his 5th term. And he has proven time and time again that he is corrupt and inept. Let me give you the one example that everyone knows, but I just want to talk about it real briefly. Everyone knows that the worst mass murder that's ever happened in the history of Orange County happened in Seal Beach. And the man that committed the crime admitted that he did it, and yet Tony Rackauckus spent over $1.5 million of our taxpayer dollars prosecuting that crime. Okay? Why? Because he broke the law. He had exculpatory evidence that he needed to give to the defense that he did not give to the defense side. It's required by law to do that. He didn't do it. He got caught. And when he got caught, the case was removed from the Orange County District Attorney's Office, and the State Attorney General's office had to take over and prosecute the crime. Tony spent that money appealing that decision and fighting that decision to keep the case in his office. A complete and total disaster, a waste of taxpayer money, and it just proves that he has a problem as a leader of our district attorney's office, that he encourages what I characterize as a win at all costs attitude in the office. He encourages the deputy district attorneys, there are about 275 of them, to do anything and everything they can to win. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous, and that needs to stop. So I want to have, instead of a win at all costs attitude in the DA's office, okay, I want to be more characterized as a smart justice. Like I said, smart on crime and a focus on smart justice.
Right, right. How would you have handled that situation differently, though? What would you have done different?
I certainly would have given up the exculpatory evidence to the defense immediately, as required by law. But quite honestly, I wouldn't have had a jailhouse snitch in the jail in the first place.
Okay, all right. Well, let's talk about the election itself. When is that? That's June 5th, did we say?
It is. It's June 5th.
Okay.
This is so it's the primary election. We'll all be voting for governor, U.S. senator, our Congress members, state senate, and state assembly.
Okay.
And California has what's known as the top 2 primary, right? So the top 2 vote getters in the primary election go on to the general election in November.
Okay.
So there are 4 names on the ballot for Orange County District Attorney.
Right.
And I know there's a lot of slick ads out there for governor and Congress and senator. So when you go into the ballot box to vote for who you're looking for governor and senator and congress member, make sure you stay in the ballot box and vote down ballot for local office, because they're important. They have a very huge effect on our daily lives. And I'll just say, vote for Brett Murdoch for Orange County District Attorney.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being with us. Good luck to you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And we'll be right back after this. And don't forget to vote on June 5th.
Hey, it's not my birthday. Whose birthday is it?
It's just a reminder.
A reminder of what?
The birthday roll. Anyone that has a Medicare insurance supplement plan, they can change that plan on their birthday month. It's part of the guarantee issue period. Each company has different premium rates. They could save money.
Saving money? What a great birthday present.
It sure is. As independent insurance brokers, we can help educate you so you make the right Medicare choices.
Give us a call.
Welcome back. We have Jennifer Carmarker, who's here with the Globe headlines, and she's got some really great photos of the Kentucky Derby party.
We do. The hats were spectacular.
Wow, and just to go all out for a party and not be at the Kentucky Derby, that's pretty fun.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me about it.
Well, it was at Clubhouse 5, as you know, on Saturday. It was the 144th running of the Kentucky Derby, and the mint juleps were flowing, and the ladies were dressed to impress in their traditional Derby Day apparel, and of course, their hats.
Yes.
So we have some wonderful photos of the hats today.
Okay. Yep. Oh, there they are.
There
Look
they
at
are.
There's some gals.
The one in the top right is my favorite. She's got the dollar bill
she's
there.
got money in it.
She's got money in her hat. A couple of them had little wooden horses on.
Oh, did they really?
Glued to their hats.
There it is.
There
Oh my
it is.
gosh, that's adorable. You know, that's so creative. That's very crafty.
It is. I think they really had a good time putting it together.
Too cute.
And I understand some of the staff was dressed too.
Were they? Oh yeah, we had that one gal had the parasol.
Yes, there's the parasols. That's beautiful.
Fun.
How
Yeah.
fun.
And so the whole story is on the front page on that.
The whole story is there, and on page 5 you can find some more photos.
Perfect.
So, and we have other news, of course. The Third Mutual Board on Tuesday appointed 2 new directors, Jack Connolly and Kuzuro Bada, during a special meeting that was in the boardroom here in the community center. Bada and Connolly will fill vacancies created when former director Bert Moldau was appointed to the Golden Rain Foundation board in April, and former director Susan Kane stepped down for personal reasons. Both candidates are transplants. Bada is from India and Connolly is from Chicago. They've both been in the village for about 2 years. Connolly spent 20 years helping low-income youth find and keep employment as chief executive of a nonprofit organization, Jobs for Youth Chicago. He acquired a master's degree in special education, which he used to identify and provide services for children with disabilities in rural areas. He also taught mentally challenged and emotionally disturbed children at elementary and secondary levels.
Okay.
Both interim directors' terms will expire in October 2019.
Okay, so they'll have to train the other guys before that happens.
Right.
All right.
And also on Tuesday, after a contentious discussion among directors that warranted a recess mid-meeting, United Mutual adopted a resolution to endorse the handyman program, and they set a policy for that.
Okay.
The opt-in program is now in a trial period. It includes a range of repairs not currently covered in monthly assessments or chargeable services. For $200, United residents will be able to access in-house non-emergency program that includes services such as light bulb replacement and the restoration of defective switches, sockets, outlets, and wiring. Subscribers will be able to request 3 visits per month. They cannot exceed 2 hours at a time over the course of 12 months.
Okay, so that's $200 for the 12 months?
Correct.
Oh, that's pretty good.
And some personal services that cover everyday chores, such as installing support bars, turning mattresses, that's always a toughie, duplicating keys, and moving lightweight furniture will also be offered.
Good.
So the program is in effect immediately.
Very good. I like it.
Yeah. Also on Tuesday, United reintroduced a resolution regarding vacant manor policy that will allow the mutual the right to inspect any manors suspect to 6-month vacancies. That's due to rising costs and concerns of damage to mutual property related to negligent maintenance.
I see.
Specifically, this is targeted to protect property from water leaks, rodent infestations, and mold damage. VMS would be required to send out a written notification 15 days in advance of the intended inspection, and a unit would be considered unoccupied when no record of occupancy has occurred within a 6-month period. That's according to the staff report.
Okay.
Currently, there are no regulatory inspections unless prompted by the shareholder. The resolution carried 8-0-1 and must now satisfy the 30-day requirement.
Okay.
So they'll bring that back in June and vote on it again.
Okay, well, it must have been a problem.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here's something that's coming up. This will be fun. Covenant Players will be at Lutheran Church of the Cross. That's in Laguna Woods. That'll be Saturday, May 19th and Sunday, May 20th. The Covenant Players is a touring repertory theater company which performs in schools, churches, and military bases, and for other groups and organizations. The repertoire includes everything from short snippets to full-length productions, serious drama to light and entertaining comedy.
Sounds fun.
And let's see, their performances will be May 19th in the evening and May 20th in the morning. That will be a short play during the church services there.
Okay.
Then on May 20th afternoon, a drama workshop for all ages.
fun.
That could be interesting. And then May 20th in the evening, there will be a dinner theater program for the whole family.
Well, that sounds fun.
That sounds fun. Tickets for that are $12. And for more information, you can buy tickets or get information. You can call the Lutheran Church. Their number is 949-837-4673.
Great.
And finally, our letters. Letters
Gotta
to
have
the
some
editor.
letters.
Gotta have the letters. This week's topics include property taxes, a tip to save water that may bring a chuckle,
Okay.
the bus system, wouldn't be the Globe without a letter to the bus system, right? And complaints about the mowing schedule.
Oh, too early?
But, well, yeah, I don't know.
we
Not often enough, I think was,
maybe.
the, was
All
the
right,
issue.
all right, all right.
But we did have one interesting letter. Resident Fred Williams is looking for young guys 65 and older that like to shoot basketball.
Oh.
Fred writes, if you're interested in getting together at the Clubhouse 1 Gymnasium once a week for an hour of fun and social time, please call him, Fred Williams. His number is 267-252-6641.
Wow.
So guys, give him a call if
Pickup
you're
game.
up for a pickup game.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Always good. And then if you guys want to pick up your globe, you can get that on the first floor of the Community Services Building in the morning on Thursdays. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Just up the ways from Laguna Woods is the El Toro Water District headquarters. And I'm standing here with Sherry Seitz with the El Toro Water District. We're going to take a little tour in their brand new garden, their WaterWise demonstration garden, right?
Yes, we're so excited to share this with the community.
It's a beautiful opportunity for people to see what can be done to have water-wise, drought-tolerant plants. And you may not have all the space that you folks have, but this can all be done in just a small space and just give people general ideas, right?
Correct, yes. We have over 100 varieties, so there is more than enough to pick from for your specific needs.
All right, well, it's a beautiful day out here, a little windy, but it's perfect. Let's take a walk, right?
All right, let's
go. So tell me how this garden started out.
So about 5 years ago, we partnered with the Saddleback College Landscape Design alumni to design a conceptual drawing on what we could do with this space. And we got their design, and then we worked with Richard Fisher and Associates on an actual landscape architect design. And then when the funding was right and the grants and rebates were available, that's when we moved ahead with the project a few years ago, and it's finally complete.
You did such a great job, all your landscape folks, and it's beautiful, and yet, again, these plants don't require a lot of water or really a lot of maintenance, right?
That's correct. They're California-friendly, drought-tolerant, and native plants throughout the garden.
And what's also great is people can walk around here, and I certainly don't know the names of a lot of these plants. Most of them I don't, but you've got little signs all around the area. So those people who know that kind of stuff, they'll be able to look at them and understand them.
Correct. They can take a picture with their cell phone of the plant and the plant ID sign. And just around the corner is our Mediterranean garden. If you garden in California, chances are you enjoy what is known as Mediterranean climate. Though the boundaries are not precise, California's Mediterranean climate region is usually described as west of the Sierra Nevada mountains and south of Mendocino, but does not include the southeastern part of the state. And actually, a couple weeks ago, we had Boy Scouts from 4 troops represented that came out on a rainy day to help install all these garden signs, in addition to representatives from the Lake Forest Garden Club. So it was a great community project.
Yeah, very nice. Now, if people want to come out here and see this, I understand that it's open 365 days a year for self-guided tours, right?
That's correct. Yes, we have brochures at both the entrance signs, and they can walk through, look at all the different plants, see what they can use in their area, and then during the year we will have landscape classes and tours available throughout the year.
Now, I have to ask, what was here before? Was it just lawn?
So originally, there was 27,000 square feet of water-thirsty turf and about 6,000 square feet of vegetation that we replaced. So we are saving, we're approximating about 50% in water use.
Wow.
By redoing the garden.
And people might see a little turf behind us or in the background, but that is artificial turf.
To show you that how great it looks, and with the plants around it, that's kind of soften up the artificial turf.
Now, as far as all the different plants that are out here, I may not know the names of them, but looking at all of them, I can see that most of them can easily be found at the big box hardware stores and some of the nurseries around here. They're easy to come by, right?
Correct, yes, they are.
And I know from experience that some of these that I have, they can be, you can just buy small little containers. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and they'll begin to fill in very nicely. So for a small amount of money, you can really get started.
That's correct, absolutely. And start small and then expand every year.
Now, underneath the brush here, you have the mulch, which is, of course, is a good idea in any garden, even if you don't have a drought-tolerant garden, right?
Yeah. Yes, mulch prevents weeds, and it also retains water for the plants.
And as far as the kind of mulch that you have here, this is not artificial. This is real wood chips, right?
Real wood chips, and you put about 2 to 3 inches layer on.
All right, and that's the key. I learned that a long time ago. If you put a thin little layer, it doesn't do you much good. But spring for buying a few extra bags, and they're always on sale this time of the year. This is the time to do that, and it looks a lot nicer, and it will really hold the moisture in and prevent the weeds.
Yeah, and we also have a drip irrigation system throughout the property, so it helps keep that moisture in the soil.
So these plants do get irrigated water, right? So at certain times of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Actually, we're on a smart weather-based irrigation controller that controls it based on the weather.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know parts of the community that Laguna Woods has that as well. So that's very, very helpful, and it knows the weather coming in and how much it's going to be. Like if we get a little rain or something, then it knows I don't need to turn on right now.
Correct, absolutely. And right now there's rebates for smart irrigation controllers and for drip irrigation and to remove turf. So
where can people find the rebates?
So if they go to etwd.com and go to water conservation, they can find the rebate page.
Oh, very nice. And now, as far as how large this is, you were just telling me how much turf you replaced. It really goes back quite far. Now we're on Los Alisos here, but around the area, around your parking lot and the little strip that goes against the road here, you did all that as well, right?
Correct, yes. It encompasses both sides of the driveway and the parking lot and the parkways.
What about any other material that you had to replace that was over there. Was there plants over there before, or was that
Yes, it was all
turf?
vegetation over there.
Okay.
Yeah, and we've utilized, obviously you can see the decomposed granite walkways and the dry riverbeds and the artificial turf. And the dry riverbeds actually collect the water, any water runoff, and it percolates down into the soil so it doesn't run off into the storm drain and out to the ocean. So
That's a very important factor, because sometimes people in the area that have homes in the area might do something like this, but they don't account for when we do get heavy rains, where does that water go? It still has to go somewhere.
right, absolutely. And then you can also, next to the dry riverbeds, you can plant plants so that water that's going in there will feed those plants.
Wow, so it's all synergy, right? Again, people can come up here 365 days a year. It's always open. And take a walk around. There are these plaques all over, and you saw us walk around. There's one way down there at the other end. And in each place is going to tell you about that particular location, right?
Yeah, we have 4 themed gardens, Mediterranean, Australian, South African, and a succulent garden. And then we also have signage on water conservation. So, yeah.
Wow, it's like a little trip around the world.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for giving us a tour. I really appreciate it. And it just shows that, drought-tolerant plants, water-wise plants, whatever you want to call them, can be absolutely beautiful. They can be inexpensive if you start small and you got something planned out in advance. That's the key. You can end up with an absolutely beautiful, usable garden, right?
Absolutely.
Sherry, thank you very much. Always good to see you and all the folks from the El Toro Water District. And you can go online to etwd.com. You can get more information in general about the Water District, about this garden, and what you can do, even if you have a little patio, how you too can be water-wise.
Thank you.
The eye care experts at Harvard Eye Associates have been treating the vision of patients in Southern California for over 30 years. As a leader in multi-specialty eye care, our doctors specialize in cataracts, glaucoma, retina, cornea, LASIK vision correction, oculoplastics, and diabetic eye care. As an approved FDA research center, our doctors offer surgical techniques and technology not available to the general public. Harvard Eye Associates, the future of vision today. Laguna Hills, San Clemente. Call 800-974-EYES.
Welcome, everybody.
Well, our movie coming up on Friday is Mrs. Brown, and as we've kind of been telling you, this is starring Judi Dench, who played Queen Victoria in this, and also played Queen Victoria and Victoria and Abdul. And this takes place after her husband's death, when she is inconsolable and very grief-stricken. And she stays in seclusion until she meets this feisty Scottish groom, John Brown, who is her, in this case, groom is like her main servant, so to speak. And he enters her life and goads her into living once again, and their friendship caused a major scandal. This is a factual drama, and as I said, years later, it was kind of the same thing with the guy from India.
Well,
so there you are. But
she's got a pattern.
Yes, and Judi Dench has a pattern too of playing Queen Victoria. By the way, Billy Connolly stars as the feisty Scottish groom, John Brown. That will be Friday at 2 o'clock and at 7.
Wonderful. And that one's that's brought to you by Sterling Financial Advisors.
Yes, it is.
And then the other movie that we have is All the Money in the World, and that is starring Michelle Williams and Christopher Plummer, and that is directed by Ridley Scott. And this is the story of the kidnapping of a 16-year-old John Paul Getty III and the desperate attempt by his devoted mother to convince his billionaire grandfather, John Paul Getty, to pay the ransom. And that's going to be on Monday, May 14th. And, you know, we were talking about this earlier in the week that seems like there's an awful lot of attention around John Paul Getty.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
And I said they were driving a Jensen Interceptor.
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. So that will be on Monday, May 14th at 2 p.m., and that's brought to you by Breastlink.
Yeah, I read a little background on this, and kind of a sad tale, because after this kid was kidnapped, he basically spiraled down in life and became addicted and I think he passed away when he was like 50 years old and had strokes and, you know, but it is a true story, and that's on Monday. So we are going to tell you about, we were talking about this the other day.
Right.
The Active Well Club.
Yes.
And really, it's a part of the wellness club as well that, of course, Leslie Corelli does. This is another part of it, the Active Wellness Club. There's also Wellness in the Woods. They all kind of go together.
Yeah.
But May 12th, which is Saturday, Clubhouse 7 at 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, they are basically having a kind of a juice bar type of thing. And it's $5, that's all. And they're going to teach you 3 easy-to-make juices that will boost your physical, mental, and spiritual health.
Sounds delicious.
It does. It'd be interesting to find out the recipes for these.
Right.
Maybe Leslie can share them when she comes back next week.
Yeah, I think she should bring us some. We can try them. I think they'd be delicious.
That'll be really interesting. So that'll be fun too. So.
Oh, and then we have the senior
Yeah, sorry,
summit,
I got you out of order.
You
there,
got me out of order.
I wanted to get this one in because this is Saturday.
Where's the senior summit?
The senior summit.
Go ahead and talk about that one because I don't have that
You know, the senior summit took place a couple weeks ago.
Oh, here we go.
We've already brought it to you on last Saturday on television, but we've got about 4 more showings of this, and we have it on Sunday, May 13th, Tuesday, May 22nd, Thursday, May 24th, and Wednesday, May 30th. And if you'd like to tune in, you certainly can and watch the Senior Summit on Laguna Woods Village television. I think it runs, if I'm not mistaken, about 2 hours. The actual presentation was much longer than that, of course, but there were a lot of breaks and kind of recesses in between. So, you know, that's kind of brought down to size, manageable size to air.
Oh, good. And it, you know, was very well attended, so it was a good thing.
Yeah, and the Alzheimer's Club.
Yep, we have that, and that is going to highlight memory, reasoning, attention, and concentration.
What? I wasn't paying attention. What did you say?
I think he needs to go. Word naming, problem solving, logical sequencing. That's going to be on Monday, May 14th, and that will be meeting and information session that will be Clubhouse 3. And that goes from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. So that should be a very good thing where you can get some brain fitness going.
Yeah, logical sequencing. I don't know if I.
Well, you know, they do a lot of different kinds of things to help with your brain, which I think is important.
No, I think it's really good. I'd like to find out what logical sequencing is, though. Yes. And I want to tell you about coming up on Monday. We had these gentlemen on yesterday with the Laguna Woods Village Symphony, and this is honoring Valerie Geller, who has done the Global Harmony Symphony for quite a long time. She's going through some medical problems right now, so they're having sort of a tribute concert for her. And she will not be there, but it's on her behalf. It's a support concert. She's a wonderful person. If you've watched over the years, I've interviewed her, I don't even know how many times. And this will be happening at the Laguna Hills Community Center. It is free. I think it's going to run about an hour and a half at 7:30. And the conductor was on yesterday and told me this is going to be spring music. So it should be kind of upbeat and nice. Rodgers and Hammerstein, John Chance, you know, all kinds of different. Sound of Music is what they're going to be doing. Some of it.
Favorite.
Yeah, some music from the Sound of Music, Korean folk music. So a lot of fun, and it's for a great person. It's not, donations are accepted, and that's really to help the Global Harmony Symphony. You know, doesn't like go to her. But it's wonderful, and she's put her life into all this stuff. She has, over the years, conducted the candlelight procession at Disneyland.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so she's
great.
done that. So hopefully she gets better, and we'll get her back here one day.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all right. And then how about that weather?
I like the weather. I said yesterday, you know, I'm
Likes the
looking
weather every
outside. If
day.
you're watching us in the morning, it's already beginning to clear up. This was a very thick marine layer today, but we should be about 76 or so. And as we go forward, as I said, on Friday and Saturday, we're getting this low pressure system that's going to come in a little bit from the north, but also bring some moisture up from the south. And so we have partly cloudy Friday and Saturday with overnight drizzle. I put evening marine layer drizzle on Friday. It's really kind of overnight drizzle into Saturday morning, primarily because of a thick marine layer. I don't think it's going to be really rain, but if you got stuff outside you don't want to see get damp, cover that up. And as we get to Mother's Day, looking about 70 degrees or so, scattered clouds, so not too bad.
Good, well good. Well, tomorrow we have the United Update, we have Sterling Financial coming, we have ActiCare, and we have Representative Mimi Walters.
Yeah, Walters is rerunning the incumbent, I guess you would call it.
Good.
Yeah.
So Ken will sit down with her. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Managing your own medication can be stressful. For decades, we have watched you stand in line at your local pharmacy and battle with insurance companies, all to be left with the difficult task of organizing, managing, and remembering to take your medication. AmeriPharma offers a new way of simplifying the lives of you and your loved ones.
In previous years, I didn't require any prescriptions, but now I have to take about 7 or 8 due to various conditions. It's a management problem. My nurse told me about AmeriPharma's Med Box. I switched over. Boy, am I glad I did. It's really easy to use and it's solved all my problems.
Get your medications delivered to your door. You'll receive your pre-sorted Med Box that easily allows you to tear and take the required medication regimen at the plainly printed date and time. AmeriPharma Med Box, the new standard in medication management.